The Apollo mission, the third stepping stone to the space shuttle. The first time man was on the moon. Previous to the Apollo missions, both Mercury and Gemini missions were the stepping stones to the Apollo program. Their whole purpose was to find if man could live in space, if the equipment and astronauts could function, recover both man and spacecraft from space. Other goals were to see if you could dock two vehicles and maneuver a spacecraft. Each goal was a necessary achievement for the Apollo mission to be activated.
Apollo program was designed to land humans on the moon and bring them safely back to Earth. 6 of the missions, Apollos 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, and 17, achieved this goal. Apollos 7 and 9 were Earth orbiting missions to test the command and lunar modules and did not return lunar data. Apollos 8 and 10 tested various components while orbiting the moon and returned photographs of the lunar surface. Apollo 13 did a flyby and also returned photographs. The 6 missions that landed on the moon returned a wealth of scientific data and almost 400 kilograms of lunar samples. Experiments included soil mechanics, meteorites, seismic, heat flow, lunar ranging, magnetic fields, and solar wind experiment.
The Apollo project started in January of 1967 and lasted until December 1972. Apollo 1, which started January 27, 1967, was to launch February 21st of that year, but due to a tragic pre-flight test, the 3 astronauts lost their lives. Apollo 4, which launched November 9, 1967, marked the first launch of Saturn V Apollo. Apollo 5 was the first test of the lunar module in space, which launched on January 22, 1968. Apollo 6 was the final unmanned Apollo test flight. Apollo 7, which launched October 11, 1968, was the first 3-man mission that lasted 260 hours and 9 minutes and 3 seconds. Apollo 8 launched December 21, 1968. It was a lunar orbit and return. It returned to Earth December 27, 1968. Apollo 9 launched March 3, 1969. It was the first crew lunar module test. Apollo 10 was a lunar orbit and return. It launched May 18, 1969. Apollo 11 launched July 16, 1969. The first successful moon landing. That landed July 20, 1969. And they landed in Saturn. Apollo 12 launched November 14, 1969, which landed on the moon on the 19th. Apollo 13 launched April 11, 1970. There was a lunar flyby and a return. Apollo 14 launched January 31st, 1971, and landed on the moon February 5th, 1971. Apollo 15 launched July 26, 1971, and landed within the Halley Rim on July 30th, 1971. Apollo 16 launched April 16, 1972, and landed April 20th, 1972. Apollo 17 was the last mission of the Apollo project, which landed December 7th, 1972, and landed on the Taurus Latrobe December 11th, 1972. They returned to Earth December 19th, 1972.
Emma Enling and John Young worked on the Apollo program, then worked with the space shuttles.